Street Fighter 6 has introduced a number of newcomers to the series, and one of my favorites is the French supermodel Manon. Manon combines her expertise in judo with ballet to create a unique fighting style that leaves the opponent guessing between strikes and throws whenever she gets in close. Now on paper, Manon might sound alluring, but is this character really right for you? What's up everyone, Narukami here. As a competitive Street Fighter player, I find that it can be difficult for most players to pick a character to play. So in this video, I'll be going over 3 pros and 2 cons of playing Manon to answer the question of whether you should play Manon in Street Fighter 6.
Watch as I command the stage. Manon は強いから.
But before I get into the video, I want to start this video off with the question of the day. How do you feel about Manon's character design? Is it fire or is it lacking? Let me know your answer in the comment section below.
Street Fighter 6.
The first pro of playing Manon is her buttons. For a character whose primary objective is to be up close, I find that Manon has some pretty good buttons that she can use to go from a defensive position to an offensive position. Some of the highlights of her buttons include Stab Medium Punch, which is a forward lunging button that she can use to poke with and whiff punish with in close range that leads to a number of good things because it is drive rush cancelable. Another one of her good buttons is Stand Heavy Kick, which is a forward lunging roundhouse kick that she can poke with in the mid range to take up space because of how far it reaches. This next button is one of my personal favorites, and that is her Stand Light Kick, which is a short, fast kick that she can throw in the mid range to poke and to counter poke with. And finally, Crouching Heavy Punch, which is a really strong anti-air that can lead to a knockdown situation if the opponent decides to jump. Now Manon has other good buttons that I'm not really going to go over, like her Stand Medium Kick and Crouching Medium Punch, but overall I would say that most of her buttons are solid. It has some situations that they can be used in. The next pro is Manon's target combo. Manon has 3 target combos that she can give really strong situations off of. The target combos are off of Stand Medium Punch, Stand Heavy Punch, and Crouching Heavy Punch. Both the Stand Medium Punch and Stand Heavy Punch target combo create this vacuum effect that pulls the opponent closer to Manon. After the vacuum effect on the target, Manon is left in an advantageous situation in which she can make the opponent guess. If the opponent chooses to block, she can simply open them up with a command throw. If they try to escape the command throw, she can just do a light attack and get a full combo convert off of them. Now, the Crouching Heavy Punch target combo, I kind of hinted at a bit earlier in the button section. After an anti-air with her Crouching Heavy Punch, Manon can go for a follow-up that knocks the opponent down. The follow-up leaves her at advantage and allows her to go for the same strike throw mix-up but on wake up instead, and for the cost of a drive bar. So with that, each one of Manon's target combos can force pretty much the exact same situation, and that's what makes them so good. The final pro is Manon's medal system. Now I couldn't have a Manon pro and con video without listing this because the medal system is essential to her overall gameplay. The medal system is a system that powers up Manon's throws with each level achieved. Manon starts at level 1, but she can work her way up to level 5 and stay there once she gets it because her levels carry over in the rounds. Levels are gained either by landing her command throw or by landing the hit command grab, which Manon can combo into. Once in level 5, Manon's command throw does an absurd amount of damage to the opponent. I mean, just look at it. All in all, I would say that this system is probably the best and most interesting thing about this character. Now time to move on to the cons. The first con is that Manon has a hard time dealing with zoning. Most of her tools are effective up close, so because of that, in further ranges, Manon tends to struggle with characters that can effectively keep her out. Now she does have an option that can deal with a fireball in a reverse with the feint going through the fireballs and the hit command grab or the kick follow up punishing fireballs, but it's inconsistent because she has to time it properly. Now you as a player can choose to go for the risk and potentially lose a lot of your health working your way in, or you can go for the safer option, which is to walk and block or walk and parry until she can find her way into an effective range. So if you're a player that gets flustered easily in these situations, just understand that you will be dealing with this a lot more with Manon than most characters. The second con is her weak defensive game. To compensate for her strong up close options, Capcom has made Manon a little weak on the defensive end. A good portion of her invincible reversals are tied to the drive gauge. Well, Manon doesn't have that option. Now this doesn't mean she doesn't have any invincible option, because she does with her supers, but because of this, her reversal game can be a little bit predictable when the opponent knows that you have beat her. So with Manon, a lot of the times, more than often, you're going to be stuck using the more universal options such as throw tech, parry, and drive reversal to make your defensive game a little more varied. So those are 3 pros and 2 cons of playing Manon. Now to circle back to the original question, should you play Manon? Well, that depends. If you're a player that likes a character that can force strong 50-50s up close and become stronger over the course of the match, and are okay with being a bit more patient in certain matchups to get the 50-50, and are also fine with using more of the universal options for defense, then this character is definitely for you. That's gonna do it for the video, guys. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like on it and also subscribe to the channel. So with that being said, I'm out of here. So until then, I will see you guys out on the battlefield.